Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to 0 Point Awakening. Today, we're going to explore something that will completely transform how you see yourself and your potential. Have you ever been told that you're just born that way or that certain traits run in your family? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, because what science is discovering about our genes is absolutely revolutionary. For years, we've all been led to believe something that isn't entirely true. We've been told that our genes are like little dictators, controlling everything about us, from our health to our personality traits. Many of us have felt powerless, thinking we're just victims of our genetic makeup. But here's the exciting truth. That's not how genes work at all. Let me share with you what cutting-edge research in a field called epigenetics is revealing. Instead of our genes being these rigid controllers of our destiny, they actually respond to our environment. Think about that for a moment. Your genes aren't your masters. They're more like faithful servants responding to the signals they receive. Let me give you a fascinating example from scientific research. When scientists work with cells in a laboratory, they've discovered something amazing. By simply changing the environment where these cells live, the nutrients and signals they receive, they can actually make cells transform into completely different types. The same exact genes can create muscle, bone, or fat cells, all depending on the environment they're in. This is where it gets really interesting. There's a process called signal transduction, fancy words for how environmental signals control what happens in our biology. Think of it like this. Your body is constantly receiving and processing information from your environment, and this information tells your genes what to do. Beautiful souls, if you're finding this information as mind-blowing as I did when I first learned about it, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. This knowledge has the power to transform lives, and your support helps us share it with more people who need to hear it. Now, let's talk about something really fascinating: the cell membrane. Scientists used to think it was just a barrier, like the wall of a house. But guess what? It's actually more like the brain of the cell. This membrane is covered with incredible proteins that act as receptors and channels. Think of them as tiny antennae, constantly picking up signals from your environment and deciding what should enter the cell. Here's where it gets really powerful. Perception plays a huge role in all of this. And here's the kicker. Your cells respond to your perceptions whether they're accurate or not. This means that what you believe about yourself and your environment can actually influence your biology at a cellular level. How amazing is that? Let's talk about your DNA for a moment. Think of your genes like a vast library of books. But here's the thing. These books aren't just sitting there open all the time. They're often covered by proteins, and it takes specific environmental signals to uncover them and allow them to be read. This means that just having certain genes doesn't guarantee they'll be activated. Here's something that might surprise you. Only about 3% of your DNA actually contains genes. The rest, which scientists used to call junk DNA, turns out to be super important. It's like a sophisticated control panel that helps decide which genes get turned on or off. This is what epigenetics is all about. Understanding how signals from your environment can influence which genes are expressed. Let me share a fascinating example of how this works. Studies have shown that even something as simple as the nutrition a mother receives during pregnancy can dramatically affect how genes are expressed in her children. The right nutrients at the right time can actually help turn a problematic gene into a normal one. This shows just how powerful environmental influences can be. Think about what this means for you. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every choice you make about your environment. It's all sending signals to your cells and influencing how your genes are expressed. You're not stuck with your genetic inheritance. You have the power to influence how your genes work. This is such liberating knowledge. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of our genetic code, we can take a proactive approach to our well-being. We can create an environment, both internal and external, that supports optimal gene expression and vibrant health. Remember, beautiful souls, this isn't just abstract scientific theory. This is about your life and your potential. Your beliefs, your perceptions, your choices. They all matter more than you ever imagined. You're not bound by your genetic inheritance. You're empowered by your ability to influence it. Thank you for exploring this fascinating topic with me today. Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. How does it feel to know you have this kind of power over your biology? Until next time, keep shining your light and remember, you are so much more powerful than you've been led to believe.